Can you hear us now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Amazing.
Can you hear us okay? Okay.
Like they just like they basically move upstairs and downstairs and like do the same thing again. Something like as they do. Which was such a
Can you see our screen, Shira?
I do, yeah.
And you can hear us okay?
Great.
It's fine. Did you want to be able to see everyone at the same time?
And do speaker focus. So, for example, if I'm talking, it will come to me.
yeah.
If you want to say something?
Yeah. Is that going to come to me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no. You can do that. But there's some.
Shoma? Shoma, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Who's like opening the event? Is it from our team or?
We're opening.
Okay. Our CEO won't be speaking in the end. My GM will be speaking. She's amazing. She's an amazing speaker. So it'll be really fun.
Speaking at the end, did you say?
From the beginning, like after you, right? You're opening, and then there's a few words from the tenant group. So she'll be speaking in those that time slot.
Okay, perfect. So we'll hand over to you then after. So if you do the intro, and then obviously don't tell you, then we can hand over to them. They can say a few words.
Sure.
Have that some presentation.
Yeah. Maybe you want to present her. Her name is Mayan. She's the GM of Luna.
Okay.
Mariam?
Mayan.
Mariam.
Do you want to ping it to me on WhatsApp?
Yeah, I'll write it to you. No worries.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shira, could you do me a favor as well? Have you? We've got. Would you be able to just brief the speakers? So we've got Omer from Bionic there, Becca, Adir, and Amitai, who are going to do 2 of the sessions for us.
Okay.
If you could just show them the room and the setup, just so that they are clear on kind of where they need to sit and.
Sure. So
Yeah.
I didn't set up the panel yet. Do you want me to do that now? Or should it be later? Like, so we're just gonna put like 4 more chairs in the front.
Oh no, we can do it when we get to the panel stage. If they're to hand, we can quickly pull them in.
Okay, so just write me their names and I'll remind them and I'll let them know that like when the panel starts, I'll show them where they'll be sitting. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then Omer from Bionic, he's going to do the discussion session. If you could just maybe just say hi to him and tell him we're going to be in this room and this is the seating arrangement, just so he knows what to expect.
No problem. Yeah.
Perfect. Do you want? I can send you his picture as well, so you can identify him.
That'd be great. Thank you. Amitai, I know what Amitai looks like.
Is Amitai there already?
He's here.
Okay. Cool. All good?
Good. How are you guys doing? Is it good?
Yeah, well, good. We're excited.
We're excited too. Okay, so yeah, so we'll meet again at like maybe 5 to 11.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep this open.
exactly. Yeah, same. We'll just go on mute and keep everything set up.
Perfect. All right, great.
So how was breakfast? Is that Liz with you?
No, this is Maya.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
How was breakfast?
It was good.
Yeah, people are enjoying it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good. I'm glad we managed to do it.
Hey, where's our breakfast here?
No breakfast for you guys.
Sorry. Come to Israel next time you do an event.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is being recorded, so we are going to come to Israel next time.
Okay. Amazing. Awesome.
All
All
right.
right, great. So we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys really soon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
perfect.
go find those people. All right. Okay, bye. מה קורה?
רק שתי תשובות מהניוז בטלפון.
מי עזר לכם?
ארבע.
סתם, כל הכבוד. מדהים, כמה זה? שתי נקודות? מה אתה אומר? שחור או בז'י? אני דש, נכון?
מה?
שחור או בז'? ביי, תודה. וגם לי. It's not right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Joma, should I call everyone in?
Shira, can you hear us?
Yeah. Should I call everyone in? What are we doing?
Yes, please. Let's get everyone in.
All right, let's do it. Okay. All right, 1 second.
Sorry, Simon.
לא, מה לך?
שומע סיפרה לי ונעלמה.
נכון, זה מה שקרה. ואז היא אמרה לי, כן, אולי אני אביא להדיר את המספר שלך, אמרתי לה, אנחנו כבר בקשר, כבר דיברנו.
אני באנגייג'מנט, אם לא עונים לי, אני עושה את ה...
כל הכבוד. זה נהדר, אהבתי. That's on my side. I never said you side. I just look aside of I really want to be here. My comment. I'm gonna pick these all. Sides. Yes, of course. First one. Okay, I'll see that. I'll be the brave one.
Naomi, I was the first. What about the dogs that had? What am I wearing? Which color? We're doing sorry.
Yeah, I want her story.
Amazing. Each of the goals figure out how get this now.
No. I don't.
Old money.
Oh, the wife is halfway. I know it. I'll message Brianna. I think I might do. I think I might hear me.
We don't have a lot.
See if I do. I might.
Yeah.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Hi everyone, we're gonna start.
Thank you, Sarah. I can see a few people coming in, so we'll let them take their seats and then we'll get started. People have had breakfast, coffees, good to go? All right, good morning, everyone, for our first Klaviyo event in Israel. A quick intro for those that I haven't met. My name's Amit Shah. I'm responsible for the custom success organization here at Klaviyo for EMEA. Really pleased that we're able to make this happen. This will be the first of many events, hopefully the only one that we do remotely on Zoom like this. Like, I think there's enough appetite for us to make sure that the next event that we do will be in person. So let's try and make that happen. But before I introduce the Klaviyo team around me and Ben from home, and get into the agenda, there's absolutely a few thank yous that I would like to make. Firstly, I think I mean, you're all at the Tenant Group HQ. So firstly, a huge thank you to Tenant Group for generously hosting today. And a very special thank you to Shira. I was talking to Chioma this morning, and she said, Shira was great in really starting the idea of getting a community together. So Shira, absolutely, thank you very much. I know that you've had some support from Liz and Mikhail, and we couldn't have done it without you. So absolutely a huge thank you. For those of you that haven't met Chioma, I'll introduce Chioma later. She's sat here on my right. This morning she said to me, I feel like I've organized a birthday party and I hope everyone will turn up. So I think the birthday party vibe should carry on through the day, and let's make this a celebration. But again, thank you for making the effort. We're excited to kick this off. Before I do, can I ask Mayim to stand and say a few words, please?
Hi guys there, and hi everyone here. Nice to meet everyone, and everyone from Tenant Group, and everyone that came for this meetup. First of all, thank you, Klaviyo, for arranging this, and our HR team, and Shira. I think it's a very exciting opportunity to create this kind of community and discuss further about one of the most important things in customer acquisition, which is SMS and newsletters. I think that what is happening recently in the past few years, that we see the cost of media rising and rising, and the fact that emails and SMS are being a very major part that we need to control to balance it and to create a long-term relationship with our customers. So I think it's a great opportunity to get some insights, and alongside with Klaviyo and their amazing AI system, to learn more and more about new abilities. A few words about Tenant Group, the place that you are hosting today. So first, thank you, HR team, for arranging this party. They said it's a birthday party, but great food, not just cakes. A few words about Tenant Group. Tenant Group is a house of brands, a real house of brands. It means that we control everything. We have inside data, tech, customer experience, products, everything is here in the company. It means that we also own our own factories. We have 4 factories around the world, in Thailand, in Hungary, here in Israel. And our major field is jewelry. We of course, our focus is personalized jewelry. We have a few brands that we run here in the company. Each one of them is very, very unique and special. The first one, which I'm most proud of it, but of course I'm a bias, it's Oak and Luna. Oak and Luna is a very fashion-forward, trendy brand that also is worn by A-list celebrities that you probably can watch in our Instagram account. Also featured on the big screen on movies and series like Nobody Wants This. Watch the second season, it's great. And also now engaging to the retail market, which is very, very exciting. So that's Oak and Luna. It's a major, beautiful, personalized jewelry, fashionable and trendy. The second one is Teal Grace. It's co-founded with the Nikki Hilton, that you probably aware and know. It's also personalized jewelry, but more classical, and so everyone can find themselves in those jewelry in that collection. We also have Mica, which is personalized jewelry that is focusing on the European market, and we have Lime and Lou, which is a lifestyle kind of home decor brand, which we have Sophie, our GM, that can tell a little bit more about that. We also have IB Israel Blessing, which is more about the Jewish culture and celebrating the Jewish culture by jewelry set, which is a men jewelry. And also we are also expanding, and every year we are launching and testing new brands that are not just in the jewelry section. It can be like very exciting ideas, like just an example, teeth whitening or VR or sunglasses, like all kinds of things that we are testing all the time and new things to come always. So first of all, it's an amazing place to be and it's an amazing place to work in. I think that the fact that we control everything makes all the knowledge inside and make us see the entire funnel. And it's very exciting to see everyone here. And of course, if you have any other questions about our brands, about the company, so we have our HR team here and also Shani, our VP customers, that you can ask them after and during the sessions. And thank you for everyone to organize this. And let's have a lot of fun in that birthday party and get a lot of insights. And good luck. Oh, so of course you're here. I haven't seen you. Okay, so the major person here is Zo. You want to come and say hi to everyone? Okay, you will stay in his seat. So Zo is the founder and the CEO of Tenon Group. Almost 20 years. I think it's in a year or two that we're going to celebrate 20 years. Don't calculate how old he is, but so is our CEO and always pushing us forward. And I'm sure that he's also happy that everyone are here. And that's it. Have a lot of fun.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Great, thank you. I'm just looking around this room, right? Like no one has got personalized jewelry, so the market is definitely big for you over here, right? So, and maybe next time when we come there, we'll all carry a bit of personalized jewelry with us, yeah? Team?
Yes. Sure.
Okay, if we just go into the next slide, please. So we'll spend some time doing some intros. I'll intro you to the team here. As Mayim said, you know, the relationships that you have with your customers and how you engage with them is critical to the growth of your business, right? So I want to spend some time to talk to you about Klaviyo, the business. You know, if we take the technology and the capability and what's on our roadmap out of it, fundamentally, are we a good partner for all of you in the room, right? So I want to spend some time talking about that. I'll then ask Ben to come and talk about some of the capability that we released in our flagship event a few months ago and give you some excitement. And I think, you know, you mentioned the word AI. Like, I don't think there's any presentation that anyone does anymore without the words AI. So Ben's going to give you a little bit of a taster of that. We'll then go into the customer success story. So we'll hear from some of you in the room about your experiences, successes, some of the strategies that you have that are driving your growth. We'll then have a facilitated discussion. I think Omer from Bionic is in the room. Omer, if you're in there, just put your hand up. Thank you very much. I can see the back of your head. Thank you very much. And again, we're gonna share some insights and a chance for you to connect. And then we're going to do a real deep dive into Klaviyo AI. This is kind of cool for everyone in the room, right? So I'm going to leave that bit for the end of the session. So we've got a pretty active, a fairly concise agenda. We're going to make it exciting for you. The people that are going to help with this, just going to go to the next slide. Ben Jackson. Ben, do you want to just say a quick hello?
Hi, yeah, I'm very excited to not be there, but be on this call. I'm the managing director for our EMEA business. So yeah, and as Amit says, would love this to be face to face next time. Sorry, we couldn't have got it, so we were there with you. But yeah, very excited. Thank you for having the venue organized, and thank you all for spending the time and coming in today. Thank you.
So, okay. Simon, do you want to just say a quick hello?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Amit. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Echo everyone else's words. Really excited to be running this event with you all today. My name is Simon Bloom. I lead the enterprise sales team here for UK and EMEA. As you'll probably know, or if you don't know, hopefully you'll learn today, it's an exciting time to be at Klaviyo and to be working with Klaviyo, whether that's a partner, a customer, or a future customer. We're going through some incredible growth, launching some incredible products, and we have some incredible people, and hopefully you get a flavour of that, our partner ecosystem and our customer base as we go through the day-to-day. So thank you for having us. Thanks for giving up the time, and I hope you have a really enjoyable session.
Good stuff. Greg, next.
Thanks, Lee. Yes, my name's Greg. I work on the solution architecture team. So very excited to be here today. Thanks to everyone for putting this together. So I'm just here to go through the product roadmap, bring some excitement on what's going on from the more techie side of things. I'm super excited about the roadmap, so hopefully that's the same feeling everyone else gets in the room. There's a lot of really cool things we can go through. So I'll go through those, explain how it can bring your business's value, and then go from there. So nice to be part of it today.
Finally, Chioma, who without her, we would not be having this event. So a quick hello.
Hi everyone, I'm Chioma. So I'm a senior customer success manager at Klaviyo. I have the pleasure of working with Tenon Group and all of the brands and teams there. I also have the pleasure of working with Ladies Cosmetics. I believe Becca and Amy are there also, as well as Addicted, the team at Addicted. So yeah, like Amit said, massive thank you to Shira and the Tenon Group team. Couldn't have done it without you. And like the rest of the team have said, super excited to be running this event and being able to kind of present and showcase what we do here at Klaviyo in collaboration with yourselves. So yeah, thanks.
Great. Okay, we'll go to the next slide, please. So we're going to give you a little bit of an update in terms of Klaviyo, the business. It's going to be split in two parts. I'm going to explain a little bit of the history of Klaviyo. Just for some of you may know, some of you may not know, but I'm going to give you just from where we started to where we are today, a little look into our financials. You know, it's important for you to know and feel confident that you're with a partner who is growing and is investing and is in a good place. And then I'm going to ask Ben to come and talk about some of the product announcements that we made recently. So we just go to the next slide. So let's start off with this, right? You know, the Klaviyo was built data first from the start, really with the belief that B2C businesses should have control over their own data and are able to execute on that data. So, you know, right at the beginning, we started 2012 really as a database company. Our customers then said, well, you've got our data. We want to do more with it. Can you help us segment it? Can you help us action it? So we kind of built email and push back in 2013, and then we added the optimization and attribution modeling after that. So shortly after that, we kind of expanded into more channels in 2020. We sent almost 4.5 billion emails during BFCM 5 years ago. Our customers said, well, you've got all of the channels. What can we do now? What else can we do more? So we built for them, you know, KDP or our CDP customer data profile. And at that point, we were really honored that, you know, we welcomed almost 150,000 customers. So when you think about best-in-class marketing built with scale, that's really where the scale is now starting. Our customers kept giving us feedback. All right, you've got all the channels, but you don't quite have WhatsApp. It's a big opportunity for a lot of customers. So how do we then do that? Well, earlier this year, we launched RCS and WhatsApp, and we're on track to have about 200,000 customers by the end of this year. Now, what I'd say is we continue to invest heavily in the platform. We look for customer feedback in terms of our product roadmap. And about 30% of our revenue goes back into our R&D efforts to make sure that we're supporting you as customers to really stay ahead of your competition and stay relevant in the way that you engage with your end users. This year, you know, we're just around the corner from peak season. We are on track to send about 15 billion transactions over the Black Friday period. So 15 billion, right? And then the other thing I'd say, and I think Ben might go into this in a little bit more detail later, is since January, our team has delivered over 200 new features. These are all available to you. You don't have to pay anything extra, part of your subscription. I think, you know, I've been with Klaviyo now coming up to a year. I'd make the observation that perhaps we need to do a better job of signposting those new features to all of you so that you can benefit from all of the technology investments that we're making. Some of them include things like SMS, absolutely, but some of them are, you know, personalized send times that are absolutely relevant for everyone today. And what I'd leave you with is you'll hear Klaviyo talk about KAV. It's our attribution model. You know, our North Star here is really we want to help customers achieve 100 billion in KAV this year. And I'm telling you that because we build products to help our customers drive revenue and grow their businesses. So really important just to give you a snapshot of that. If we then go on a little bit more to the business that we have today, like we're a global platform. You know, today we have 176,000 customers. We're in over 100 countries. We help brands of all sizes. If you listen to our earnings call, we talk about the number of customers that we have in the 3 segments. So we've got entrepreneurs, we've got our SMB customers, and we've got mid-market and enterprise. So you get a view of the size of the organization and the scale. The global footprint allows us to deliver local expertise. So you'll hear from, you know, Severine, you'll hear from Greg, you'll hear from other parts of other teams, but we can also give you 24/7 support, plus the infrastructure to handle billions of transactions. So you're really with a partner that's trusted, and you should be confident that we're going to help you grow your business. What does our customer base look like in Israel? So we have 390 customers today. Some of them are represented here, and hopefully we know that some of them are in the room. And we have 51 partners. So it's a growing part of our region, and we don't really have any sales presence there. So the technology is good. We can absolutely deliver a world-class experience to you. And then if we take a deeper look at our Q2 earnings, our Q3 earnings is next week on Thursday. So this is the latest earnings. So in Q2, we delivered just under 300 million in revenue. That was 32% year-on-year growth. The other thing I'd say is 108% net revenue retention means our customers aren't just staying with Klaviyo, they're expanding what they do with us. We generated about 60 million in free cash flow. So what that means is we're able to reinvest that back into our product and our R&D. And actually, we invested about $75 million last quarter into R&D. So go and have a look at what our competitors are doing and have a look at what Klaviyo is doing. Like, I'm really confident that you're with someone where you've got a platform to really help you drive growth and scale. With that, I'm going to pass over to Ben, who's going to talk about our innovation and our product vision.
Yeah, I think if we go to the next slide, I'll set some context. So this is a survey we did. We constantly survey our customers, but also our customers, so the consumers. And it's quite clear that in today's modern world that consumers expect their experiences to be personalized. And I would say even more complex experiences to deliver is they expect their experiences to be personalized across different channels. So the stat, not on here, but another stat was that 47% of consumers transact with brands over 3 different channels. And so that makes it even harder for us as technology partners and you as brands to create that seamless personalized experience across those different channels. And what's the reality? The reality is that 12% of executives say they're highly mature in terms of connecting that data across their businesses. And if we can't connect that data across our businesses and across the different channels and technologies that we're using, it makes it even more hard to create that seamless customer experience that people are today expecting. And why is this? If we go to the next slide. Why is this? This is because over the years, many companies have brought in technologies and implemented technologies within their businesses to provide specific use cases. I was with one of our bigger customers in the UK earlier this year, and I was talking to the CIO, and he said to me, and he was a relatively new CIO, and they were a clothing retailer. Before he joined, the team that worked for him have, over the years, they'd gone out and they'd selected best of breed technologies. And today they had 60 different technologies that supported the online experience. And that made it really difficult for the business and the marketing team to really map out their customer journeys seamlessly across those different technologies. And it made his IT team in technology debt in terms of how they integrated and how they supported the business. It was very difficult to actually create a campaign across different channels. It was very difficult for the content team to create content across those different channels. And so he was talking to us about how we could help solve that problem. If we go to the next slide, thanks. And so this is, it's not only about that one customer. Over the years, our customers have talked to us. And that's when in February of this year, we launched our B2C CRM offering. And as Amit mentioned in his first slide, as we are a database company at heart, it enables us to provide technologies and applications to support that customer experience across those different touch points that you as brands have with your consumers. And one of the main reasons I actually joined Klaviyo was because we had this really strong data platform that could consume data, but also export data to support those interactions. So on top of our data platform, we have these 350 application integrations that we have. Some of them are very well known, the Shopify applications, for example, with commerce, but they are literally based on the requirements from our customers that we've built these integrations. And more recently, we announced our Klaviyo AI applications, and that's across our different channels that we service. I'll touch on that in a minute. And then on top of the platform, we are creating 3 different pillars of applications. Firstly, marketing, which includes the email, SMS, WhatsApp, service, which is our new products, and I'll touch on that in a minute. And then analytics. Some of the analytics you will have seen within the product already today, but we're introducing new analytics that spreads across all of those different channels. Last slide, and I'll be handing over to Greg. So if we dive a little bit deeper into that architecture slide that we just looked at, within the marketing application, we now have email, mobile app push, reviews, web chat, SMS. We recently launched RCS, which is a very exciting launch for our existing SMS customers, but also new SMS customers, where we've introduced a much richer form of mobile marketing. We've recently launched WhatsApp as well in our key event at K Boston. And so that forms the marketing pillar. Recently, we also launched the service pillar. And within the service pillar, we have Customer Hub, which is a super easy to implement, but also great user experience for people that wanted to go and have a look at accounts and orders on websites. We also introduced a help desk application that helps you service your clients. And again, this is all based on the same data platform, so that the service applications and our customer agent, which is part of our Klaviyo AI or our Kai, is all using the same data, the same commerce data, the same interaction data, the same marketing data to enable services to your customers. And then the third element of the service product is the customer agent. So it's an AI agent that enables you to create great customer experiences and answer any queries that your customers have. And then within analytics, obviously we will provide analytics across the wider suite. I'm sure Greg will go into some of these details in the roadmap session. And the final slide. This is what we want to provide the capabilities for you to provide to your customers. So by having the data all in one place and integrating across those different applications that serve the e-commerce experience that you provide, we will enable that seamless experience using data across the different channels. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ben. Just before I go into the roadmap, the person to my left, just so that he's not a stranger, is Camille. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely to meet you all. I'm Camille. I lead the solution architecture team here in EMEA. So very much what Greg has said a couple of minutes ago in terms of how we work with our customers and really focusing more from the technical and product perspective. I'll let Greg actually walk through the product roadmap. We're super excited about it. You'll see some amazing features that hopefully you'll be able to use very soon. And some of them you can use already. But yes, I'll hand over to Greg. But yes, lovely to meet you all.
Thanks, Camille. So we don't actually have that much time to go through every single one of these 200 features. I think one of the reasons I love working in my job at Klaviyo is the amount of innovation that happens. So today we'll just kind of go into a few of those, really highlight how it can bring value to yourself. But then later, if there's anyone you want to deeper dive on, we can do that as well. I think, as Ben was mentioning, there's a couple different pillars we want to really go into today. So autonomous marketing, omnichannel and analytics, service as a revenue driver, and the modern data platform. Just to take a moment before we go into these, I just want to explain why this is so important. So as Aviv mentioned, we did start as a data platform. As everyone knows, good data means good AI. From good AI, you get good recommendations. And if you have those, it means you can really power personalized marketing. So that's the whole idea. The reason we brought service into it is because we really want to use service as an opportunity to drive revenue and not as a cost center. And the way we want to do that is we want to break the idea of this customer portal of what it used to be, so separate from the buyer journey, and we actually want to bring service into the buying journey. So being able to see it more as a shopping assistant versus a place for you to go and look at the frequently asked questions or where your order is. Instead, it can fit closer into actually delivering recommendations, letting you know where your order is, and making you feel more part of the buying journey. So if we look deeper into marketing, There's a couple of things we're going to cover today. The general idea of Klaviyo is being able to personalize every single channel. So what we really want to explain today is how we can help do that. So not just email, we're going to be able to help you with RCS, WhatsApp, and as Ben mentioned earlier, we have just acquired a company called Gatsby, which we acquired in August. Really exciting company for anyone using Instagram. You're able to grow your list using Gatsby, and soon you'll be able to do even more things with that. So being able to see and respond to DMs, so direct messages via Instagram, but also being able to see how people tag your brand. So really bringing social into Klaviyo as well. Cool. So as I mentioned, we've got more than one channel now. We've got email, we've got text. So text in this case would be RCS as well as SMS. What's really exciting about RCS is the ability to have two-way conversations. So being able to engage with your customers, being able to set up automated conversations, and really shortening that journey for someone to actually buy on your brand. So with RCS, it can just be one click and they're able to purchase something, which is really exciting. We obviously have push notifications, as well as being able to personalize that within your mobile app. And then, as I mentioned on the right there, we have Gatsby, which would be Klaviyo Social. So just bringing that all into one platform. The idea behind this as well is that if we're able to do this all in one platform, it means it's a seamless journey for your customer. So we know what channel to communicate with them on, what's their preferred channel, and we really reduce the overlap. So we don't want to be sending people the same message across multiple things. Instead, we want that person to feel engaged and happy to communicate with that brand. So right channel at the right time for each of those customers. Cool. So if we concentrate just a bit on that idea of omni-channel and how that works. So what's already in GA is our new omni-channel campaign builder. And what this is it's a place for you to build out your campaigns across multiple segments, but also across multiple channels. So any channel you have integrated with Klaviyo, you'll be able to use that channel within one campaign builder. And it just makes it easier for you to plan your campaigns going forward and to plan which channel is sent to which segment. And going forward, we're going to be releasing more things within the campaign builder. So bringing channel affinity in. So what channel affinity is we are able to predict what channel people are engaging with. So if someone's preferred channel is email or SMS, we can actually understand that by looking at their engagement data. We can then use that in our campaigns to make sure that people are being communicated with on their preferred channel. So that's something that we'll be bringing into the campaign builder. Channel affinity is already available within flows. If you did want to test it out, I'd recommend doing that. Other things we're going to be bringing in is exit conditions, conditional splits, and then reporting for the campaign builder. Cool. Next is WhatsApp. So this one is very exciting for myself just because I'm from South Africa, which is a country that WhatsApp is really, really big in. So I think I was really excited about this release just because I know it's a channel that can be used differently to other channels, and people should use it differently. I think it's something that if used properly, we can really interact with people and help them across that buying journey. So I think when we think about WhatsApp, we need to think of it more as something we can use within marketing, transactional, but also within service. And the reason that is once somebody starts to reply to a WhatsApp, there's a window that opens that we can communicate with them, which is really helpful. So if you used WhatsApp within help desk, it means we can actually chat with people as they start to interact with that thread in WhatsApp. Also, you can do really cool things like rich media, so sending images and carousels, as well as having a buy now button within WhatsApp. So not only have we introduced this channel, I also see it as a different channel to RCS and SMS, just in the perception people have of WhatsApp and how they use it with their brand. Next is RCS. So this is in beta. You can use it in some countries already, like the US. Think of RCS as a really intelligent way of SMSing people. So you would be able to have a business type profile that is actually available on their device. And the benefit of this is it just looks a lot more professional, but also you're able to send more content to people. It also enables two-way conversations with people. So you're able to send carousels. So as you can see on the right there, it's not just limited by characters, it's images with buttons. So you can send a lot richer content. And as you click on those buttons, you can personalize conversations. So you could either do that by using buttons to lead people down a certain flow or conversation, or you could use keyword triggering. So as people type certain keywords back, they would go down a different conversation and we can interact with those people on RCS. So a much better looking SMS, much more branded, which just helps with your brand loyalty and making people feel welcome to actually go and chat with your brand. So very exciting. I think adoption of RCS will be very quick. I think everyone that is trying to get into RCS is really excited about it. And I think once it does start to roll out, it's just going to become the standard of what people expect an SMS to look like. So in a couple of years, I think all people will want to see SMSs that actually are RCS instead. So very exciting for us to get very early on in the RCS journey. Cool. And then going a bit deeper into social. So as I mentioned, we acquired Gatsby in August this year. I've actually chatted with the founder of Gatsby. He's really excited. So we're going to start bringing in those features into Klaviyo one at a time. The first one that we're really excited about is a list growth feature. And the way that works is as people interact with your brand on Instagram, they'll be able to sign up. From there, that information then gets created in Klaviyo, and all those events get pulled through as well. So you're able to see all the events that people are actually interacting with on your social. So that's what's available now. It's starting to be rolled out to customers, so very exciting. It is free at the minute, so I would recommend if you do have Instagram, definitely start to use it. See if you can create some cool flows with it. As I'm sure a lot of people realize with Klaviyo, anything that's brought into Klaviyo as an event can be used to personalize information. So it wants to get creative with the events that are coming through in real time from social. And then,
did you just say it was free?
It is free. Yeah, it's free at the minute.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer.
Birthday present number one.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, I'm excited about it. And then going on to like half one next year. So bringing in more event triggers from socials, as well as a TikTok integration. So very exciting to go across socials more and more. Cool. And then going into service. So service is something that isn't really new for us. We've kind of understood what service is before, but we've decided now that it's actually a good opportunity for us to bring that all into one place. So with service, there's a couple different features that actually make up what we're offering within service. So I'll go into each of those in a minute.
Is it worth just clarifying that by service we mean customer service?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So customer service, on Amit's point, when we think about service, we're thinking about how customers interact with your brand. So how easy it is for them to see where their orders are, if they want to save a wish list or any relevant coupons, but also if they want to interact with your brand. So being able to find where a delivery is, or a return policy, anything like that. But also if they need support, they're able to interact with it and get the support they need. The benefit of Klaviyo doing it is it means that it's all in one place. On top of that, because we're doing it all within Klaviyo, it means we have the benefit of being able to personalize those chats further than we could do that before. And that really helps us with the customer agent, but also with the customer hub that's on site, because not only are we able to customize that customer hub with personalized recommendations and coupons, but also everything that's clicked on within customer hub is then tracked in Klaviyo. So like a really good example of why that's beneficial is if someone's come onto your website, added something to their cart, and then clicked on an FAQ about delivery and abandoned that, we can then assume that maybe they wanted to buy it, but something about your delivery costs has swayed them away from finishing that and converting. At that point, maybe we want to start a flow that says we want to find people who have abandoned their cart and clicked on an FAQ about delivery. If they have, maybe we want to do a weekend that delivery is free and see if we can convince all those people that this is a good time to finish those buying journeys. That's just one way. Everything that can be clicked in Customer Hub is tracked. So I'm sure as more and more people interact with it, we'll find more ways that people can use it to actually help drive revenue from it, instead of it just being a cost center as it was once perceived before.
Yeah, maybe if I add a little bit of color around that. So the way that my head works is, I think of this as if let's say, for example, I send an email out and it's the best designed email and I've won an award for it, right? And it's so good that, customers are acting upon that email, right? They're buying the products. But there's been some challenge perhaps with delivery, right? So nothing to do with, the organization that I'm engaging with, but there's been some challenges with the delivery quality. I then go to, either a service agent, or I call your customer service team, or I talk to, a chatbot, or I talk to one of your agents. The quality of that email and the design of it and the fact that we won an award and it drove a lot of conversion at that point doesn't matter, right? Because that activity's already happened. I'm stuck at the customer service level now. Now, at the customer service level, we assume that everyone is going to give a really high service experience. But I think the reason that we've invested in service is twofold. Number one, we have all the rich contextual data about the individual that's engaging with that service person, right? We know whether they're a VIP. We know whether they're only buying for the first time. So we can adjust our tone to match exactly what that situation is. So as marketers or as people running your business, the way you engage with customers doesn't only start and end with the channel that you communicate with them, right? Service should be seen as a channel, and as we explained, right? Over the years, customer service has always been seen as a bit of a cost center. Actually, I think we can make that into a revenue driver. So that's the reason that we're investing in this. But maybe just a different way of putting that example together. And we will take questions. We'll wait for Greg's session to finish, and then I'm hoping that you're going to have your hands up and we'll ask questions.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Amit. On this slide, I think the things that we want to highlight is the different areas that our case service actually has within that one feature. So we've got conversations, so that's using AI to guide people. The idea around this is to help resolve tickets faster using AI, so to help reduce the amount of work your customer service team needs to do. Obviously, If there needs to be a handover at some point, that is part of the agent. So you can hand that over to a help desk. That's completely configurable, and you can set that up based on your business. Next, we have the customer hub, which is the on-site personal shopping assistant, which we can have a look at soon. And the last one is a unified inbox. So every channel that is integrated with Klaviyo, people can use that to respond to these customer service inquiries. Amazing. Cool. So on your left there, you have a view of a web chat with a customer agent enabled. So that is actually somebody chatting with AI and AI pushing back recommendations for that customer. The one next to it is also our customer agent. This is our way of showing AI being able to respond to someone on where their order is, which is really helpful as well. And then the last is our help desk. So in this case, maybe someone's looked at a product, decided to buy that recommendation, they then start to track that recommendation and where that order is. Maybe at some point they feel that they want to speak to a customer service representative. So they ask the AI, thank you for that information you've given. Could I be passed on to someone who has more details? At that point, we'd pass it over to the help desk, which is on the right. And as people respond in that help desk, it would go to whichever channel has been integrated into Klaviyo. So responding via email, SMS, WhatsApp, can all be done from one inbox. So just making it a lot easier for your team to respond to customer service inquiries from one place. Cool. That is our customer hub, which is that pop-up window that is on the right. It can look completely up to you, and it's really easy to get installed. It's just a couple of clicks and it will automatically be added to your website. It shows up as a little icon in the bottom right or as a little icon in the top right. And as you click on it, it expands. There's different tabs to it. I'm not going to go through each of them, but the main idea is it's your personalized shopping assistant. And it helps mainly for two reasons. If somebody hasn't signed in, we're able to catch all the information about them, maybe entice them to subscribe to your list by having specific coupons or a welcome coupon. If they've signed in, it would be a different experience. We'd be able to show them the coupons available to them, show them what they've viewed, as well as their orders, and be able to chat with the agent. This is in GA, so it can be used already. The Customer Hub is also available in a few languages. So depending what language you want to use it in, you can toggle between different languages. Cool. I'll just touch on this one because I think we've already spoken about it. This is the unified inbox, which is our help desk. So one place for you to manage all those help desk tickets as they come in. Really useful just because it's every single channel in one place. So your customer service team just needs to go to one place to be able to respond to those people. And as tickets are closed, all that information will be updated on Klaviyo profiles. So it makes it easier to communicate with people, but also know who has a ticket open. Maybe it's important we see what their ticket is before including them in the flow. So really making sure we're thinking about how we communicate with people.
Stop here and just take some questions.
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions? Anything for Greg, anything for Ben or Amit from any of the discussions or anything that they've shown you?
You have a two-way conversation AI for SMS?
Do we have AI agent addressing this?
Yes, so I can answer it. So the way it works, and I think we try to show it on the graph. So we have our AI agent, and the way it works is that you can have different channels that can communicate through it, right? So whether it's through SMS, for example, whether it's through WhatsApp, whether it's through web. Think of it as agent being a single layer and then having those different channels sit on top of it. So it just allows all of our customers, based on the different channels that they want to use, directly to communicate with it.
Can we use it instead of Zendesk customers or customer service?
Yes, absolutely. So that's kind of the way we look at it. I think, and just maybe to touch a little bit around like the service and the help desk center, one of the things that we've noticed when speaking with brands is that there's a massive disconnect between customer experience, so like the CX platforms, and actually the marketing team, right? Usually what you see is you have different tools doing different things, and then what happens is like marketing team is doing their own thing, but when it actually comes to the customer experience of customers being able to ask even simple questions regarding your order, regarding refunds, cancellation, delivery, that experience is just always siloed, and it just causes frustration on just complexities within the business, right? So like the reason why we've looked at services is we went like, right, we have all of that data sitting behind the scenes, right? We understand all the interactions that the customers are going through. We understand all the orders, refunds. We understand loyalty as well. Why don't we actually unify it into a single customer view and allow our customers to directly speak, whether it's with an agent or if the agent can't solve the query, pass it down to a help desk. So kind of replacing Zendesk in that aspect. But at the same time, within the help desk Klaviyo solution, have the visibility over all the information about the customer, right? And from that perspective, it just makes the unified journey a lot smoother. So I guess this is like a long way of answering your question. The answer is yes, but I just want to give a little bit more color to it as well.
Quick question for the left. Can you please elaborate a little bit about the integration with Gatsby? As you mentioned, like a free integration, and it might add value from the ads acquisition part.
Sure, thank you, Greg. You've looked at it.
Yeah. So what exactly about that integration with Gatsby is your question?
Yeah, so how can you integrate and what's the value out of it?
What is it?
So yeah, great question.
What is it? Yeah, here someone asks what is it?
It's basically as integrating with your Instagram in this case. And how it works is somebody would maybe DM your brand, and then there would be like an auto response saying, oh, like, thank you for your interest. Would you like to join our reward system? And then from that point, that profile would be created in Klaviyo. The reason it brings value is it means that you can grow your list in Klaviyo from socials. So we chat with a lot of brands that have millions of Instagram followers, but that activity is not actually showing in their Klaviyo accounts. So this gives the opportunity for them to grow their subscriber list using Instagram. So that's what's available now. Going forward, it will be things like tagging your brand. So as people collaborate with other brands, you might do like a giveaway and say, oh, if you tag our brand in your post, you could win something. We can then we will be able to collect that information as well. So going into like influencer marketing, collab marketing as well. Also being able to chat with people. So on the roadmap, people will be able to have conversations on Instagram. That will be a channel that we'll support as well. And then TikTok integration in the new year as well. So it's not just the channel, it's also the aspect of growing your list in Klaviyo from the people you interact with on Instagram.
So if I'm taking what you say for a second, Gatsby in between the hub, basically it's a way of loyalty.
Sorry, I missed that.
Saying it's a bit overlapping with all the loyalty. Gatsby and the hub. So you basically have a loyalty.
Loyalty, yes, sorry.
In a way.
Yeah, so I can so it's I would say it's still a little bit different. I think this is more around growing your list and capturing that data from, like Greg mentioned, from additional channels like Instagram. And with Customer Hub, it's very much around like personalization and actually, again, being able to use the data that sits within Klaviyo to do almost on-site personalization, right? we know that every single customer is differently, and when you land on a website, I want to have the ability to simply log into my account and actually see, as you mentioned, maybe all the different loyalty points. I want to be able to see all the different recommendations of products based on what I've purchased in the past. Any additional information that might be coming through, as well as, for example, chatting with an AI agent. That's what Customer Hubs gives you access to. So think of it as a unified profile widget that sits on the website, which gives you all those recommendations, pulls all the information that Klaviyo stores internally, and again, gives you also ability to, for example, speak with an AI agent. So similar, I understand where you're kind of coming from, but it is also different to loyalty.
I think when we think about it though, like it's not a loyalty program, but all of these elements and capabilities that you can use in Klaviyo drive loyalty. If we understand the customer better in terms of their behavior, you know, what they've been doing, how they engage with the brand, we can retarget them differently, create more personalized experiences for them, create better experiences for them, which will ultimately drive their loyalty. So it's not a loyalty program or loyalty scheme, but all these things in combination or in collaboration with each other can drive more loyalty for your customers from a brand's perspective.
From experience, they're just worth more to the brand because they spend more, they're more loyal, they're touching more touching points. So they probably worth more to the brand as a customer.
Exactly. And that's what we want to do more of, right? It's not just, like, first stage is you get a customer to purchase from you, then you have to nurture them, then you have to encourage them to drive a second purchase, to drive a third purchase, to advocate for you, to review for you and things like that. And like you said, all of those touch points and the response from the brand to all of those touch points all drive that type of behavior.
I think the other thing that Gatsby helps is brand awareness. So if you're able to understand who's tagging your brand and how they're communicating with your brand on socials, it helps you understand how your brand awareness is growing as well. So yeah, just different things that Klaviyo is helping add value to, whether that's loyalty or brand awareness. Do you want me to? Okay. So going ahead with a couple more slides. So I think we've all at this stage probably played around with some type of chat AI, whether that's ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude. There's obviously quite a few on the market at the minute. Normally, if we think about an iceberg, when we chat with AI, we only see the outputs it gives us. So we kind of base AI on what we feel those outputs are. We actually don't understand everything that's happening in the background to give us that output. Now, the way that Klaviyo is made is that we actually have this other 80% of that iceberg, which is all that data that powers that AI. And the reason we feel that we're well positioned to give really good recommendations is if you have good data in, you have good recommendations out. So the only way to really power AI and make sure that those recommendations are pure and as close as possible is having all this data below. So just, I think a good way to understand that is just having that iceberg and diving deeper into how we see AI going forward. So with AI in a couple different ways in Klaviyo. So the first way is predictive analytics. So this is looking at buyer behavior and buyer patterns. From there, we can think about CLV predictions, their churn risk, as well as predicting what we think someone will buy in their next order based on their click tail, but also things they've bought. So that's our first step into using AI. And all those analytics can be used within Klaviyo. So if you wanted to send a campaign with recommending the next best product to people, that's a powerful way to try and increase your AOV or cross-sell. The same as when we think about churn risk, do we maybe want to try avoid churn risk by sending people who are about to churn a discount? So just thinking about, we bring these things to life, and then from there, you can use them to help drive your business values. The next step is a more AI-assisted orchestration. By this, what we mean is we want to help you decide what's a good flow, what does a good campaign look like, what does a good segment look like, and really help you make those segments. So instead of having to just use if statements to build out that segment, you could prompt our AI the same way you would chat GPT and say, build me a segment that looks for people who have placed orders within a year at this value and used to be a champion. And maybe with that segment, you want to find people who were champions last year, they have stopped placing as many orders, and those who have fallen out of that RFM group. We help you make those segments by using AI. And that type of AI is across multiple features within Klaviyo. So we've released a subject builder, so being able to build subject lines, being able to build images within campaigns, so really reducing the amount of time to actually get good content built. And that all sits in the AI-assisted bracket. And then going forward, and where we really see Klaviyo going, is towards agentic or autonomous AI. And the idea behind that is actually helping you build everything out to the point that you can then decide what you want to use. So not only are we going to recommend to you what flow to build, we're going to help you build that flow, help you build the content, and then you can decide which of those ideas you want to use. We might say you have a lot of people going from the champion group into a risk group. You might want to use this segment and this flow to go and re-engage those people. And these are how we think the emails should look for your brand. And we're able to actually pull that from your brand's website and build those emails for you. So that's the direction that Klaviyo is starting to grow in. So as I mentioned, we have quite a few things under predictive AI, channel affinity, as we spoke about earlier. The main one I wanted to mention on this slide is the smart send time. So not only sending the right information to people, but also making sure we send it at the right time. And the vision for this is being able to generate all that personalized content for you, using channel affinity to find the right channel that someone wants to receive it on, then prioritizing that queue of messages for that specific person, and thinking when we want to send those things. So if someone's queued in a few different channels, so an abandoned cart and a campaign and a few other messages, we want to know which we think we should send and reprioritize those and send the right message at the right time. And then going forward, as I mentioned, we have this new marketing agent, which is now live, and it can actually generate emails and flows for you that are branded for your company. So you can go in, you can already try this in a Klaviyo account. It will pull your branding from your website and quickly get you started. The idea behind this is we really want to action data as fast as possible and make sure that we can provide value to our customers as quickly as possible. So really making sure that customers are able to build campaigns out as quickly as possible. Maybe even for Halloween tonight, if someone wanted to do something for Halloween as quickly as possible, we're able to help you do that. Well, I think this is just going deeper into marketing agent. Yeah, so in terms of what's live, you can already build out those flows, emails, and so on. We'll have this available in more languages going into the new year. And then also within H1 next year, you'll be able to use content generation for SMS and WhatsApp. So not just within email, but across every channel. But then lastly, and I think quite an important topic, obviously, given that we're speaking to you guys in Israel, is global reach and internationalization. So we've made smart translations, which is able to translate emails and SMS using AI. Going forward, we're going to support that within WhatsApp and Push as well. And going forward as well, we're going to help people using Shopify markets by having local aware catalogs. So being able to see where you are and using the right catalog in recommendations. So very exciting for our global customers with translations and Shopify markets. And I think that is everything we've got planned for the roadmap.
Any other questions on anything, not just AI, for Camille and Greg?
Do you know when you're going to send SMSs to Israel to connect the channel to communicate in SMS with the Israeli customers?
Good question. I'll actually have to check. I'll be honest, I can check with the product. We have it on the roadmap. I will double check with the product for the date of release, and then we can kind of get back to you regarding that as well.
Great. And if you're checking everything that relates to right to left and Hebrew translation to the platform, it would also be amazing for the Israeli customers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm curious for send times, for the profile-wise smart send times. What can you dive into that feature and give a bit more details about that?
Yeah. So with smart send time, this is actually something we've had before and been using already. So we've already been using it for email for a couple of years. So it's something we already know how to do. And basically what we're doing is for each customer, we're looking at how they engage with a channel. It used to be for email, so looking at opens, clicks, bounces, all of your email engagement. And then from there, having the option to put on smart send time, which would then say for this customer, we want to send that email at the right time that they engage. What we're now doing is we're rolling that out across the whole profile. So smart send time across all the channels. So being able to look at engagement across email, SMS, WhatsApp, and then from there predicting when people are most likely to open or click on that channel and send that message at that time.
But just maybe just to build on top of it, so you might already know, like within Klaviyo, we do have a feature that's called Smart Send Time. The way it works is that you create a segment you create a segment, you send a campaign to them. Klaviyo then analyzes based on clicks and opens and narrows the window of time. And then after a few iterations, it will tell you that for this specific segment, it's best to send that campaign at, let's say, 9 a.m. With profile send time, we've kind of taken it a step further. So instead of looking holistically at a segment, what we're doing is actually looking at each individual profile. So based on their preferences, based on all their past activity, based on them specifically opening, whether it's emails or any other channels, we look at the time. So then when we actually send a campaign or you trigger a campaign, it will send it to each individual profile based on their recommendations. So not just looking at the entire segment, which is what we've had currently within the platform, but really looking at each individual profile and going, right, Camille, for example, he gets home at 6 p.m. We should be sending an email to him because that's when he opens it at 6:10. Or someone like Greg, who might also be in the same segment, his behavior is totally different. He probably checks his emails in the morning, so maybe the best time to send it is at 7 a.m. So it's really just taking that approach and going, right, for each individual user, we'll send it at a different time.
Are you working on something to also check how often they open? So like to adapt the smart sending for flows. So if someone opens an email you see every 2 days, you can send a flow that the emails will be spread out every 2 days to them.
Yes. So that's something that we're kind of working on and looking. So we're looking at the profile smart send time for now, just to see how that behaves and how customers implement it. And afterwards, the next iteration will be actually, like you mentioned, taking it a step further as well. So instead of, for example, using it within campaigns, how do we start using that within flows as well? So instead of having those static time delays, can we take it a step further as well? And as you've mentioned, based on interactions within automations as well, can we actually utilize the same logic within it as well?
Brilliant. Any other questions at all? No? Amazing. Well, thank you so much, guys. If there's anything that we've shown you on the roadmap today or any of the business updates that you want more information on, what we'll do is after the event, we'll send around kind of a link. We'll ask you for your feedback and survey. And also you have the opportunity to send us any feedback or any further questions. Obviously, I'm here as well, so I can share my email address and you can give me your feedback and questions directly if that's more suitable for you. But yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much, Camille. Thank you so much, Greg.
Okay, nice to meet everyone. Lovely to meet you all. Have a lovely, amazing rest of the day. I'm sure there's a lot of interesting stuff coming up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Now we're going to hear from some of you guys. So I can see, I think that chairs have been set up. If I can ask Anatai, Becca and Adir to come for the customer panel.
Well, that was so hi everybody. So it's amazing to have all Klaviyo practitioners like this in Israel. I think maybe it's the first time. We're all people working in Klaviyo in the trenches every day. We're here today, and this session we're going to try and hear from some of the brands that are doing it and doing it well. And try to hear some of their secret sauce, what they're doing. Hopefully we'll gain some insight from it for everyone. So
Will be there. People to hear it on.
So I'll start with I'm Amitai. I work here at the Tenant Group. I'm the retention manager for Steel Grace, one of the personalized jewelry brands that we have here. And I'll let you guys introduce what you guys do and who the heck you are, what the heck you do.
I'm Becca. I'm the director of retention and loyalty at Meetup.
I'm Aviv, head of retention and elephant stock. I also I have a community of email marketers in WhatsApp, and I composed the book, The Marketing on Autopilot. You can find it in any bookstore in Israel.
Tell us a little about your brands, also what it is.
So Meetup is a body care product. We basically fill the gap where there's a lot of things out there for face, creams, serums, everything you could find, but there wasn't for body. So we focus on various concerns, various body parts, and basically provide a product that will help women feel better and confident. Mostly we are sold D2C, but we are in some stores in America and Canada, Ulta and Shoppers Drug Mart, which is like Superfarm. The main market for us is America.
It is a subscription business mostly?
We also have subscription. It's a huge part of our business, but we also have just one-time sales as well.
Elephant Stock is a wall-art company based in Texas, and we ship to the US only. We work also with marketplaces such as Amazon, Wayfair, but mostly B2C.
And both of you guys are Shopify stores or no?
No, we're custom built.
Show of hands, who is a Shopify merchant here, by the way? Okay, so we have custom stores. Custom stores here. I know Tenant Group is custom. So it's great to see a mix. I don't know about in UK, I don't know about this, like the new tools that you're looking at, the AI tools. Is it also like off of Shopify as well available? But it's definitely something that is always kind of like Klaviyo on Shopify and off Shopify is a little bit of different beast. Cool. So I'll start off talking about from top of the funnel kind of acquisition, and we'll go down kind of that way. So what are the acquisition strategies that has been most effective for you guys to increase your list? And you don't have to diverge information that you don't want, but how approximately how big is your list maybe, and how have you been able to grow it?
At Meetup, we're very, very heavy on acquisition. So lots of people are coming into our site, which is amazing. It doesn't always mean we get their emails and their SMS. So we're constantly testing different parts of the funnel in order to get the emails and the SMS. We can later convert them into customers. We currently have tests on our checkout and on the thank you page, where we basically are asking people at the last minute, subscribe to SMS and email. We also do lots of tests with Klaviyo pop-up. We currently stopped one that was quite successful that instead of kind of bombarding somebody with what's your email and SMS the second you get to a site, it actually said, what's the concern that you're here for? And then after that, we followed up with, if you want information, we will then send you, we'll get your emails and we can then follow up with the flow, which we did, with dedicated information about that concern and the products that would help. We actually only turned it off because now we have a Black Friday one where we're trying to get more email and SMS sign up for an early access to Black Friday.
So it's like a question, like a short question here and then.
Yes.
And you do SMS and email together?
We do. If we have somebody's email, we just do SMS. We also test when we pop it, constant testing.
I've learned that I'm trying to avoid complexing things. Right in the beginning, I have a disclaimer, I worked for 2 years with my list. I started it. I made a shift from other platforms to Klaviyo.
Thank you.
Thank them. To Klaviyo. By the way, with API, it was 3 months of a nightmare to do the connection of the API, but it was made successful by the effective. So I try not to complex things. So I'm popping the pop-up right in front of the face with the discount. I'm telling them, here, I know that you want to buy, here's the discount and the teaser. And every time with any management, they told me, oh, it's too robust, we are bombarding the customers, make 10 seconds off. Then make it like 1 page afterwards. Then remove the teaser. And every time that we've made some kind of change, the percentage of the registration drops. So when we are doing it upfront, it generates a lot of subscribers, of course, the exit pop-up, everywhere that we can get the first party data, it's amazing.
And you do it immediate, like?
Immediate. Like immediate, and one day, every change is like dropping the numbers.
Do you use the sign-up units from Klaviyo or do you use it in external?
Due to the fact that we moved from API to server, we had to change it through our pop-up, but the A/B tests in Klaviyo pop-up, it's just very easy, so it's technical issues.
Okay, so you're doing A/B testing concept. What is like your, maybe I guess like for the panel, like what is the one thing that is the most important thing when it comes to the sign-up units? Is it messaging? Is it graphics? Is it testing? What would you say?
Testing. I wish it wasn't, but the offer is probably the most important. Yeah, if you're not going to offer anything, you're probably not going to get the sign up. It's just how shoppers are built to know they have to get something for giving. But yeah, I would say testing is huge.
It's horrible. Every time I'm putting an image and a blank text with ugly background and the offer, and every time it wins. So I have nothing to do. I'm doing what the customer wants.
Becca, you guys are, the personal content, like it's sort of experience that you're trying to, you need like something, offline. It was very personal experience with like, in cosmetics. How are you guys doing the same online and online experience?
Yeah, cosmetics is a bit hard because it's very subjective. You don't like smell of a product, if it freaks you out, if it doesn't work, all of these things really can kill the sale. Meetup has a try before you buy, which basically means that you can get the product, you pay only the shipping, and if you keep it, then you pay, otherwise you're not paying for it. So it very much helps us with that kind of building trust with customers. It does also complex the email marketing because you have a bunch of people who are not 100% customers yet. I mean, they're customers in the sense that I have their email, but they're not necessarily loving the brand yet and really committed. We have some other things that we also have just recently launched. We have an advisory board of some doctors who are also speaking about the products, and we are heavily clinically proven. Our products go through testing so that we actually can say these points. If you get a claim, it means it's actually true.
And is there like a specific flow that you guys like built out for that and like?
Yeah, we treat our funnels completely different. So if you come from the trial funnel, which only exists in America, you have a completely different experience than if you're coming from the buy, which is people who are buying more standard. They're actually checking out, giving their credit card, getting products. So we treat them very, very separately. But I would say in the past, we kind of felt like don't speak to the trial people during the trial phase because they'll then cancel or they may not see the results. Is it just better to leave them alone? But we learned that actually if we launch a very, very good educational flow, which really talked about the product that they got, kind of also what to expect. So like they're a week into the trial, what you should be expecting now, what'll happen later. It actually really, really helped and reduced our cancellation. But more than that, it really did help us be able to talk to these customers where before we just like, we're not here. And then after the trial was over, they got a bunch of emails from us, which usually then brought a massive subscriber right there.
Yeah. And Aviv, kind of moving forward here a little bit, SMS, let's talk a little bit about SMS. How is that world with you guys, email and SMS, how's that working together? Are you seeing diminishing returns from email as opposed to SMS or on the contrary?
The SMS is the crucial part in the funnel, in the campaigns. Every time that we are sending an SMS campaign, just like the numbers spike. Matter of fact, I haven't heard Klaviyo team speaks about the Texas law that went into effect now that a lot of e-commerce brands avoid sending SMSs, which other companies that send SMS managed to create some kind of like fight back against this law.
Which other companies?
I don't want to say other companies that they are not Klaviyo at the moment. But dedicated SMS company that send SMS fight against it, and I would be happy to know afterwards if Klaviyo is planning to do something about it, because it's very frightening to get fined in the US. It can destroy a company. So we are trying to walk on thin ice and get the proper, according to the laws, subscribers. I remember that the CMO Yariv went into the room during Black Friday and said something went out, something broken, and then like all the numbers went up in Google Analytics. And I told him, yeah, we sent an SMS, we bombarded all of the lists, so it just generated a mass traffic. So it's very strong tool to use.
Is there like a specific, like an SMS flow that is something that's unique that you guys developed or something that you want to share with us?
I just combine it in every flow that I know that it will be able to interact with. We sell large wallets in like $600 that it's not coming assembled. When you buy a $600 product, you want it to come assembled and proper sent, but it's too expensive to do it. So after people purchase the large wallet, I'm sending an SMS with the instructions of how to assemble it, because we had a high volume of refunds. So it managed to like push back a little bit the refunds to tell people, okay, you need to assemble it yourself.
So it comes like broken up, like the frame, and they need to put it together?
Yes, it's 5 minutes, but when an American see that he bought something and you need to assemble it, I want to bring it back.
Okay. Okay, to both of you guys, let's talk a little bit about metrics that you guys are following. When do you know that one of the, there's a give and take with email. You can't just bombard a list because then your deliverability is going to tank. That's the real cost, I guess, of email. Sending email today. What is the metrics that you guys follow and that you know that your list is right now within a healthy state? What are some of the tools that maybe that you guys use for that as well?
We are a data-driven company that tracks all of the numbers properly to know when we are going to return or not. The Klaviyo has a specific metric that tells you if you are off or on the right track. I don't like it because they reflect a small, medium company, and when your list is in millions, you cannot deliver the amount of click rates and open rate that they request, because it's a large list and you need to bombard them because you already paid for the subscribers that haven't purchased. So what's that important to me? I'm going to Google Postmaster and I see the spam rate and the unsubscribe rate and the revenue that pulls in. And this is how I know how much should I send more or not, because I will be happy to see that Klaviyo will deliver some kind of metric for over like million subscribers to see if I'm in the right track. It makes sense.
Yes,
very much. Yeah.
How many, what's your cadence? Like how many times do you send a week?
7 times a week for like, not the whole database, but let's say to 25-30% of the database that it changes during the time.
So open rates that you're seeing, click rates.
Open rates, it doesn't matter anymore. For like in the last 3, 4, 5 years, it doesn't matter anymore. Click rate with the Hotmail changes and the spikes of the bots also not relevant so much. Also like in volumes of millions, it's not relevant. And then we are looking at the place order, that we are looking at the attribution, that if you change it, everything is messed up again. So I'm trying to grab whatever the technology gives me. So I'm going to Amplitude and Power BI and other tools that assist me to analyze the numbers.
We also use our own systems to pull out the data and check ourselves. I would agree with what you said. Plus, we also look at just revenue %. So then I can see if the campaign actually worked, because
0.04, 0.05.
The points are
yeah.
But if I'm going to send to a big group, yeah, it'll have better overall revenue, but that doesn't mean it actually was a successful campaign.
Can I?
Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
What are your sends like, just like on a regular Tuesday, not Black Friday? Like, what are how big is yours?
Okay. It depends on which segment you're talking about. People who are probably going to actually convert, it's, tens of thousands. But we send to often more bigger lists that we don't expect that they will actually convert this time, but they might need 3 more emails. We tried to massively reduce the amount of sendings that we had, thinking that we were spamming or overdoing it, and it actually killed our revenue. And it hurt me because I thought, no, we'll be smart. We'll really get into the details of who's actually clicking, how often we should send. No, you send a lot, but we know that over the whole month, it will bring us what we need. Each send individually, like you said, 0. The points are what you're kind of.
You don't have to approve it, but I will pull a number of 50% of all the data over 1 million will be unsubscribed or will get removed due to inactivity. When you go to like 1, 2, 3 million, 50% of the data is gone. So this is one number, and I'm giving my subscribers 2 options. They can either purchase or unsubscribe. I will do anything that I can regarding to everything that is legal to bombard them and force them to purchase, because I already paid for them. So they need to purchase that I will get back my positive words.
Aren't you worried though that you bombard too much your reputation, inbox?
It's not relevant. I'm looking at Postmaster. If the Postmaster tells me, if Google itself tells me, Adir, you are okay, and the spam rate is okay, and the unsubscribe rate is okay, and it's to people who haven't purchased for me yet, come on, what can I lose here?
So you're looking at domain reputation through Postmaster?
Domain reputation, everything that is the Postmaster second level.
And how do you know that if you're not in spam? Is there something that you follow to make sure that you're not in, that your deliverability is high?
I have red flags regarding to click rate and regarding to revenue. I do have the red flags that change enormously. I used to come from the gaming industry, the sports industry, and then I fought with IPs and domains. It's crazy that they burned all the time. In e-commerce, it's easy game.
I also came from gaming, sign up.
Yeah.
Are you measuring the success of the campaign only by the campaign or the whole sequence of campaign and then close?
Can you elaborate?
So for example, if you're sending the campaign, you're seeing the results of the campaign, but then maybe people who go, they go onto the website, and then some better campaigns send more people to the website and come back as inbounds closed. So are you looking at it as, okay, specifically the success of a campaign or a failure of campaign? Or is the whole sequence of, okay, send the campaign, then what are the results of the inbounds that are coming from flows, and do the kind of the summary of both?
I'm going from micro to macro. I'm looking at the campaign. If something is getting flagged, I'm looking higher at the last week, and then higher to the month, and then higher to the quarter. And then I'm trying to see like in a bird's eye what happened. And also I have like 4 or 5 Gmail accounts that I'm getting sent like daily to these accounts. If something going to spam, I'm immediately checking it, but not through like tools like MX tools. You know MX tools? They have like in the industry, they have tools that if you put your domain or IP, it can tell you if you're burned or not. These tools are horrible because they trigger to the spam cops if you are a spammer or not. So I'm checking it only internal with myself, and then I'm fixing it. I also had one time that an IP got burned and I went into spam. I thought it was because of the high volume, and then Klaviyo told me that they switched my IPs to like with a better reputation IP, so they had to change it. So it's constant monitoring.
For me, I look at campaigns and then I'll look at flows and then I look at the overall. So it's not necessarily one customer and I'm looking at like their entire journey and how they got it. I'm looking at also the micro and then going to the bigger, but yeah, kind of looking at it separate and a whole.
So going into flows a little bit, you guys have loyalty programs, reward programs in your systems. Do you have like loyalty flows that you would recommend building, or think, I don't know if you have tiers in your flows or not, but if there's anything that's interesting, and these are always very engaged customers.
So we have loyalty. We're working with Yapo for our loyalty. We actually are going through a massive rebranding of it and using another third party where we're actually going to gamify a bit. So we're going to have some challenges for the customers to do. We're going to get them to post on social and kind of build us up that way, kind of create an ambassador program within our loyalty. But our loyalty itself has, if you looked at the numbers, a very low participation rate. But if you actually look at the overall revenue that it brings from the retention, it's huge. It's about more than half. So we find that we send about at least once a week a reminder that's saying your loyalty points and to come use them. It's one of our best campaigns, and we have flows that also are very successful. You move up tier, you're getting a welcome. We're constantly reminding you about your tiers.
So that reminder that's inside a general newsletter, or is that like a one like
so
individual?
We have both. We have in flows, but we do it also with campaigns that are happening with the promotion that is on at that point as well. So I find if sometimes flows, they just seem very not in the moment of what's going on, especially for seasonality. But we found if we put the loyalty with also the campaign, so we kind of get that both together, it works really well.
Question about loyalty, like who's considered by you like loyalty, and do we have this internal conversation all the time, like, you know, loyalty or you know, our newsletter, and what offer do you give who, and are we confusing our customers with like different offers constantly? Like,
just yeah, you probably are confusing, but that doesn't mean they don't like it. I would say.
Okay.
Like we definitely confuse them, but if one of them they like, great.
Yeah.
For us, loyalty is anybody who's signed up and put their email in basically to our loyalty, like our account, not just giving us with their email. And then also anybody who's purchased officially starts to get points. That's not really loyalty though, because if they don't know they have points, then they're not really part of the program. So then we also will look at the people who are engaging and redeeming points. So we use like points redeemers as a way of like using those people and actually seeing. I will say that moving forward, we want to make the loyalty much bigger. So we want it to be on the site. It was really great to the customer hub and how they have that there. The customers see that's something definitely gonna explore. For all emails, I want to have it on a header. If you have points, why am I not telling you it's money that you can have? It's also reminding you that you have purchased from us before. Because Mealy's, we also are sold in other stores, in Amazon and TikTok. I not only have to get a customer to want to repurchase the product, I have to get them to want to repurchase from us. So to me, loyalty is like really important. The more we can do it, the better we're gonna have as a brand in the D2C chain.
And just like if you're sending like, I don't know, 15% off or whatever, do you give like a double points, or is that just sort of like a?
So we do. It's a question whether or not we'll keep it, but we definitely do.
So they're on top of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who 100% are abusing are using the system because of it,
Okay.
but there are also people who are not. So it's kind of this, how do you remove it if we also have some good customers? So we're actually right now looking into these exact customers who are using both and seeing if overall it still is worthwhile for us to do this, or if this is something that we actually need to try to mitigate.
Just an insight, we also have loyalty, and we are not giving both. So you either use the coupon or you use the points. And most of the feedbacks from the customer that we received is that it's not really fair because it's money for them. The points are money, and it's not like a discount, and they really didn't understand why we are not allowing it. So thank you for it before you did it.
Data.
Set a minimum cart value, that's it.
Sorry?
Set a minimum cart value.
Exactly. That's something we're looking into as well, because basically if I look at what percentage they get off from the points and what percentage they get off from the offer, if I don't let them, there goes the loyalty program. They're not using it. It's just never going to happen. So we are also looking at minimum cart value, about, you know, trying to get them to maybe redeem for free products because maybe that'll be worthwhile for them, or maybe we do you get more bang for your buck if you get a voucher versus using a promo code with the points. So we're thinking about different things, but it's very data driven right now to figure out what to do.
You like let us know.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all.
You can come to the email marketing community in WhatsApp, and I can bring in Becca, and then she can share all the insights, and it will be amazing.
You guys do loyalty?
Okay, so it regards to the AOV of the product. For instance, if you buy a car now, that extreme example, it costs like $50,000, and you will not buy another one very soon. So if you buy Walmart, no one, like it's hard to convince someone to purchase another Walmart right after that. So the loyalty is not that productive because people are exploiting it and using it. Although we have the retention benchmark of pretty high in the industry of the inventory, but we have an art trade program that we don't need a platform for it. We're using HubSpot, and I established a sales team of 2 women that calls to interior designers and to construction workers and like everyone in the home decor industry. And we give them specific discounts with specific coupon codes that only if they contact the salesperson, we generate a coupon code for them, and then they will be able to purchase. And we are giving them like the TLC, the tender love and care, with the interior designers from our side to tell them how to decorate it and what they should purchase. And it goes out very good because this is like the retention that we are looking for.
So you don't have.
It's okay. It's a different type of B2B.
Cool.
We have time for one more question.
Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about segmentation. So we're trying to get a maximum coverage, right, of the account. Tell us a little bit about your segmentation. I know there's like different like ways of doing it. How do you guys manage to cover all of the account in the different segments? If you want to get into details, great.
A lot of testing, I would say. Most of our segmentation right now is based off of just what's happening on the site, the customer interacting with the site, as well as their purchasing. So how often they purchase, when they're purchasing, and what they're purchasing. I would love to go even more segmented. Right now, I think the biggest issue with that is just you go so segmented and then you need a massive team to create all the different content for all the segmented. But I would say most of it is on purchasing, and purchasing data that you have. It's the one that's been bringing the most. Right now we're trialing the marketing analytics of Klaviyo. So we have their RFM model, which is very interesting in a different way of doing things that we're used to.
And I'm telling Ajit, the account manager, I'm telling him everything that is in beta, give it to me. I don't care if it's bad, if it's not good, if it's not boiled yet, give it to me. Everything that in Klaviyo just push it. So they have an amazing tools. Regarding to the segmentation, I split it into two. I have informative segmentation and I have send-out segmentation. Regarding to the informative segmentation, it's how many emails do I have, how many purchases, non-buyers, how many active non-buyers and active purchases. So I have like a list of informative that I will be able to understand what's my data is talking about. And I have the send-out segmentation, that's the 90, 180, 365 that I'm sending them according to the proper amount of depends on the campaign and the time. I'm going back to the complexity. As much as I manage to complete things, I manage to generate less revenue. As much as I overthinking it, I generate less revenue. It depends. I exclude it for like VIPs and like abandoned carts that I'm doing. Not only the flow, I'm taking like the abandoned carts and some specific campaigns. So I'm trying to like take the high level segmentation with like up to 10,000 subscribers, and I'm sending them like a dedicated email if it's worth it.
Okay.
I would agree with the complexity. Every time I've tried to add in more segments and more granular, I actually found it didn't bring back. One of the biggest things we did was actually removed an entire segment and dissolved it into the two main ones that we were doing, and then it ended up actually bringing more revenue. So
it's horrible.
You want to?
I want more harder and generate more revenue, but it's not working like that.
So I guess one last question. Black Friday is around the corner.
Yeah.
Any recommendations to do or not to do before Black Friday? Prepare?
I think it's very important to make sure your offering is seamless. A lot of times there's flows that maybe get missed. And so where you think you have a great flow, it's offering actually way less than what the rest of your site is saying.
Yeah.
I think also every company now is just starting it earlier. So hidden surprises are nice to at least keep people engaged with what's going on. It's not the easiest. Definitely bombard. Just send as much as you can. It's the time to do it. We've been warming up our inboxes just so we can do it. Good luck to us all.
Yeah.
Wait. How have you been like warming up your inboxes? What have you been doing differently?
Slowly putting more people in.
Okay.
Yeah. Slowly, so that you don't have this massive send that goes out and a bunch of people are spamming and all of that. So just slowly adding in, making the segments larger and larger.
And you're doing this with each other, or you're just like doing it from like
doing it. I've been doing Black Friday for a few years, so I know to slowly do that.
I have a rule of like once in a month I'm sending to all of the data. Once in a month we have a great event. So yeah, so I allow Gmail to understand that I'm elephant stock and I'm sending this customer at least once a month. And I have an hour-long Black Friday explanation of what I'm doing specifically. But if I will go to the bottom line, I have 2 points. It's one, it's prepare as early as I can, which I hear a lot of excuses why people cannot prepare as early as they can. It's the products, it's the company. Every time they have different excuses, but I prepare everything a month in advance with my team. I make sure that everything is scheduled, and then it's easier to look at it and then change things and then like push more events and more surprises inside because everything is already set up. The second thing is a lesson that I learned during the time in my institute. Great school for me. That on Friday I said, okay, I will bombard them as much as I can on Friday, and then I will let them rest on Saturday because on Saturday people need to rest. And in Saturday, the website generated a massive amount of revenue, like a crazy amount of revenue. And I came on Sunday and I was so depressed that I hadn't sent an email campaign on Saturday because I would be managed to generate a lot of revenue on top of it with all the customers that arrived to the website and still haven't been able to purchase. And another secret that usually e-commerce stores are doing, on Cyber Monday, usually e-commerce websites have the tendency to drop everything to zero and then all the traffic crashes because they don't have any promotion. So they either take it 5% up for the people who want still to purchase, or they take it gradually down, like instead of 30%, 25, 20, and then when people purchase, they don't feel like they're getting scammed because of the price.
Thank you guys for sharing your insights. Hope that's been effective, and yeah, we'll go on to the next session. Thanks.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Like genuinely, I could have sat there for another hour listening to your answers. Becca, Adir, hopefully you're staying around for lunch, and the guys can continue to ask you questions. And Amitai, thank you so much. I feel like you've missed your calling. I feel like you should be a TV host or something. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to change it up a little bit. So Omer is going to facilitate a discussion for us. So Omer, can I ask you to come up, please? That'd be great. And what we're going to do is essentially we're going to give you some time to talk to each other about a set of 3 particular or specific topics. But Omer, to start, can you tell us a bit more about you and Bionic, please?
Yeah, Bionic is basically a performance and retention agency. Work with Klaviyo in the last 5 years. We do crazy stuff here in Israel, not in Israel. We have customers in Europe, all around the world. Basically, we're based here. We're neighbor with them group. I'm not in the same building, but few. And me and my team do, I think, take the retention to another level. In most cases, we meet with people in-house that work about retention, do retention in-house, and then we came up and basically help them to grow Klaviyo, help them how to do things, how to take a look about the data and basically take the next level of Klaviyo to crazy idea, to take a look about the data in real down and understand things better. It's side by side. It's always a pleasure to meet different company. You can meet Ilmikiaj, Miss Nori, Tres, Ticket Gum, and so more in our clients. So this is us, basically. And I think we can move to the questions about the audience. Yeah, so now it's like we want to hear from you guys about your experience, about your ideas, how you basically do things with your retention. And the first question to you is which acquisition strategy has been your brand most successful in the last year? Please, if you want to answer, present yourself in the name and title and go ahead. So someone?
Going through acquisition, not retention.
Yeah.
You want to speak about acquisition?
Start acquisition. Yeah.
I will start.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Alon. I'm a VP retention with Particle. Our acquisition strategy is a bit different. We spend a lot of money through TV ads and media to bring traffic, but not to our website, but to our dedicated landing pages, which are product related. We don't have a lot of SKUs, so we are working based on pain points of our customers who are in the cosmetics. So, but the thing is that what we deliver in the landing pages, what the content itself, it's like a funnel. So we basically continue that funnel on our websites after someone click on the landing page to go to see the product itself. Then the sign-up form is related to what you read about. So he knows what to expect when you see a pop-up. So usually submission rates should be like 5, 6, 7% for that. Pop-ups are about 20. So this is the best.
It's different in Black Friday Q4 than other period, or it's the same?
95% of our traffic goes to this. Even for Black Friday, just the offers change. And instead of like a dedicated welcome flow for a product, it's a dedicated Black Friday welcome flow.
Someone else?
Has anybody used those tools that are like tag
like guess your, like the user doesn't put in his email, like, yeah, we can have,
a third-party database that generates leads. We do, but it's a different person.
No, but it's also for acquisition.
It is, but it's like not very high intent leads. So we do use those, but I'm not sure if I can recommend it, but it's very like a company-based strategy if you want to or not, but then you need to deal with them really differently. It's not like a regular leads, and they're more like cold leads.
Yeah.
And the content that you deliver them shouldn't be just, hey, we have a Black Friday sale, it should be a bit different. But we do use those, but we need to be careful because Klaviyo will charge you for increasing your list. So to make sure it's ROI is positive, yeah.
Right. Someone else?
We're testing something now, but it's not, I don't know if it's for. No, we're testing like a second pop-up on site. So we have our regular first pop-up, and then like fourth or fifth page that a customer goes to, we have a quiz. And then we give them $30 for answering it for purchases over $100, and we ask them questions about like, you know, who they're purchasing for, are they purchasing for themselves, for someone else, what's the occasion, because we're a personalized jewelry brand, right? So a lot of people are purchasing for someone. So, you know, what's the occasion that they're purchasing for, what they're interested in purchasing. And we have seen like, I think if our pop-up brings like about 3.2% with this form, the people see it, this form, it's about like 8%, but we're still like, it's still like in testing phase. So we're seeing how it goes.
So I'm testing something now with, we just moved to SMS in Klaviyo from Attentive. So and where I'm working, we haven't been generating SMS content. So we're now customers that come back that have consent to email but not to SMS, they actually get a pop-up encouraging them to subscribe to SMS. And I'm seeing like 5 times higher specific rate in this pop-up than the normal pop-up.
Cool. Here. Next questions. Second. So spoke a lot here before about organizations and how we basically match text and each message to the same person. So it would be wonderful if you could share your ideas, how you can basically in your email or SMS can make it more rented more deeply and more connect to the same audience, the same segment, the same people that you basically speak to. And if you basically have any example of different approach, different example that you did during this process, so something that you want to share, ideas. Yeah, go ahead.
I've managed to find something that's very interesting regarding to custom events. In our website, we have search bar that if someone searches something, 60% that he will purchase it. So we want to push people more to search. So if someone, or every event in the website connected to Klaviyo as a custom event. So if someone searches in the search bar 3 times, I'm sending him like a message with like a badge. Hey, you are an amazing searcher. You go through and get your wonderful wallet, and you get the price of like $50 off from $150. And then I give him the personalized name that he searched for and the top 3 results. And this flow acts amazing. If like people search as in your website, it's amazing tool to use.
You basically use Klaviyo? Use Klaviyo?
We are using the competitor, not Klaviyo.
Because they do the same basically. They basically have the
I forgot the name. Search.
All right.
But the competitor.
It's great. I think a lot of brands like use the search. Not a lot basically, but there is when basically brand use it, it's like you can see different flow, different approach, and I agree. It's like
because we have over like 100K SKUs, so it's hard for me to be dedicated to a specific SKU. So this kind of like search gives me the opportunity to touch the person page specifically.
Yeah.
My name is Aviv, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Mailability. We're an intent scoring platform and delivering AI segments and AI flows. So what we see from the top performing brands that we work with is that they're dividing two different flows to accelerate the new customers, like the new entries from subscriptions. So one for pre-purchase and one for post-purchase. And when you see the incidents, real-time incidents from campaigns and outbound, then you can replicate and understand their engagement levels and give them like a personalized flow, automated flow. So you push all the attention to an automated process while the campaigns are showing their potential. And then you can identify, you can tag their ideas, like what they want. So let's say a personalized product or a personalized pay. And then you highlighting a few branches of their engagement, high engagement levels. And then you intelligently accelerate their conversion rate, like their time to buy. And especially in Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that's an indicator where you can uplift your VIP lists and segments. And then into the following year, let's say 2026, then you'll have much more engaged customers and much more potential out of that, hype of Black Friday with all the promotions.
Well, cool. And the last question that we have is how we typically launch a new product. Basically, we want to know about our subscribe. There is any way that you use pre-list something else? How you handle it?
We have one coming up soon, and we actually had one previously. We kind of learned from that one a little bit. We're going to use it as also a way of getting more subscribers to kind of say, again, sign up for product launches like early access too, and then we will target those people more. Also with our VIP tiers, we want to build that into the rewards level so that actual higher tiers will get the chance to buy the product much earlier than everyone else. In the past, we didn't. I think we sent it about like 12 hours before, sent an email to them just to be like, you guys got it earlier. But no, we want to actually build it out into a much bigger reward and that these customers really feel like they are our VIP before we're relying on them to kind of like lead the way for all the other customers.
How many emails do you have a sequence, you have a flow that you send to them in advance?
So with product launches, we do it just on campaigns. We don't actually build out a flow for it because we end up later on wanting to blast everybody else for it. But we definitely, they're campaigns, but we think of it as a flow. So we sort of think of like, okay, our product's coming out. What's the first thing we want to do? Probably something massive with a big image that's just very like sexy about the product. Then we want to educate the customer. Then we want to maybe talk about the concerns, what other products it works with. One thing we will do is check products that would work well with it and then target those people a little bit more to say, okay, you really liked this product, this new product matches really well with it, or if you apply it before, it'll make the other product work better.
I mean, so the segments that you send it to are adapting over time, like over the sequence? Like where, sorry, it sounds like you have good experience. Like where do you start and like how do you expand it?
Again, more of like a blast where we want everybody to hear about it and know.
So the first email is why?
Yes, unless we're doing the early access. If we're doing early access, then I'm just going to pick out the people that I want to give it first to. But it's not about sales at that point. That's more about making your customers feel.
Right, this is a product that's not even offered.
No, we actually it was offered. We just told them about it earlier. So you can have a product page that isn't live on your site, but they can click to it and get to it. Who cares if they share it? And that one's more for not getting your sales right at the beginning of the launch, but it's more about making them feel like they actually are loyal members and maybe then they want to because it's something that not everybody can get and they can get it. Later on, it's more about just telling everybody about the product seeing how the product actually works. If it's going to be a good product, you need to build out your entire post-purchase flow for it. You have to think about a dedicated abandoned cart for it, like different things that would happen. Those I would say, like, we think about them, but later on we would decide if we're going to add it or not. Also depends on how much stock you have of that product. If it's going to go out of stock, then maybe you want to have some communication about the fact that it's going to go out of stock because it's a limited time.
I will take what Becca said and I will give my 2 cents regarding to it. I have the pre-launch, launch, post-launch. Regarding to the pre-launch, as Becca said, I'm taking the product, I'm making it like Blur or something like that. Will be intrigued. I want the customer to feel goosebumps every time that he is interacting with my email. I'm a shopaholic, I also feel the goosebumps, so I like to reflect it to others. So I'm starting with the intrigue, the customer. After that, I'm giving like another teaser regarding to the product itself. And I open it to pre-launch, to pre-order. And everyone that clicks on the email goes to the empty product page that tells him with a Klaviyo pop-up, you are in, great, that's it. And then I take the segmentation of people who clicked on the email, and it's a new group. And then I know that these are my fanatics. And then I bombard them later. So this is like the pre-launch, and then the launch of the early access, I'm sending them to this kind of group of fanatics, like the early access. It's like 50% of the products need to be sold like in that period of time. 12 hours up to 24 hours later, I'm sending it to all of the data. And I want this product to be out of stock because after that, I'm also already preparing the out of stock product to people to put their email again, to be ready to the next round of the purchase. And as Becca said, if it's successful, you need to change all of the post-purchase flow and event card and everything, but it's like that.
You ever hold back on products, like even if they are in stock, just say that they're out of stock?
On the contrary, if I'm out of stock, I'm selling more, and then I'm telling people, sorry, it will be late regarding to the shipment. But if I can sell it, you will get it.
I will say actually, we also in one of our recent product launches, we used it to also get more SMS. So we sent an email, and if you weren't SMS of course subscribed, we said, okay, give us your SMS, and then you'll get early access. So they went to the site, and then Klaviyo pop-up was there to give their book first.
Someone else?
We did something quite unique. Usually when we launch products, we do the teaser and it's a new product, all of our customers buy, but now we launch a new cologne, and we actually want to create like a buzz, hype. And we decided to be like an Apple. So we basically did like a sign up for the waiting list. It's a very limited edition, like a single month. So people sign up, and we send them that yes, coming up and so on. And then when we launch it, we said we have only 500 bottles for launch. So first in, first out. And obviously we sold more. But then like 2 days after, that's it, we made it unavailable again. And you can see the page when it's unavailable, you have like a fly out from Klaviyo said that we are out, we are working on to create more as fast as possible for the holidays, sign up for the waiting list, don't miss out this time. And then we launch it after like a week and a half again. And we send them like campaigns, we show them like from the image from the factory, we are working very hard to create those. Obviously we have that on stock. But just so you guys know that the email that we send that it's available for the one that sign up for the waiting list, we got like above 40% click rate and above 20% conversion rate.
No.
So again, this is a unique product. It's not like a mass product. Oh yeah, we have a base thing that everyone can buy. It's a bit different.
It's interesting because, you know, I'm familiar with one of my clients that decided to close his website and then ask from who want to enter and purchase the new product, need to sign up, and then you will get the password to enter.
But don't show them the price. Don't show them how much it's going to cost.
Yeah. So that kind of thing. Yeah.
How long do you lock it for before?
12 hours. And then, yeah, agree. You can do it to the Black Friday as well if you prefer. Other one, let's say I have another example, they decided to shut down the website and say, sorry, it was crazy. So then you have the opportunity to send a few emails during like 5 hours, just excuse that everything like shut down. So it's different. I agree. I love, this idea of like crazy and
we actually have like customers approaching us with the customer service and said that, oh yeah, they sent me an email that it's out of stock, but I managed to buy before it went out of stock, and it was like, yeah, I scammed the system, It's
the same with coupons that are outdated. Yeah, I managed to
always leave them on the
Yeah, we do for like 3 days. So customer service, if we don't leave it for more time, customer service is like so many emails.
So I think that's it for now, right? I'm not
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, Omar. And thank you to all of you who shared your strategies. Hopefully you'll continue to have further discussions, share more strategies maybe over lunch, or if you're connecting in another way, maybe in the next few days. Okay, so we have the lovely Severin who has joined us at Klaviyo. So I'll hand over to her to introduce herself in a second. But we've spoken a lot about AI. Now we thought it would be good to kind of close out the day with a bit of a deep dive. So think of this as like a masterclass, how you can take some of our AI capabilities and put them into practice. So Severin will talk you through kind of what's available, how to use it, some use cases. Think of her as your expert, your AI expert. So I'll hand over to you, Severin, to introduce yourself and then take over.
Yes. Hello, everyone. It's lovely to meet you all. Just give me one quick second. Just for this 1 quick second. All right, so I'll just introduce myself. So my name is Severin, and I'm a customer education specialist here at Klaviyo. I've been with Klaviyo for almost 4 years. I started my journey here as an onboarding specialist, so helping our customers here in Europe and globally sometimes. And then recently, I think it was almost 2 years ago now, I decided to join the customer education team to really help our customers now more like at scale and even more globally. And I am originally from Paris in France, so I do also sometimes some of our session in French. You might have seen me if you do attend some of our live trainings online on our sessions. If you haven't, I highly recommend that you do check our academy. We have loads of really great live trainings that you can watch for free. It's open to everyone. It is at different times of the day. We have APAC friendly. We have some that are more like, your time, they're friendly as well. And my team is also based in the US, and they do loads of other sessions as well. So if you want to learn more, I'd be happy to see you live, and feel free to always drop me like a little message in there if you come to one of my future sessions.
Just say hi.
Exactly, to say hi. We met, I always love to see people I've seen at our K-Connect events. All right, so I will walk us through today on a deep dive around Klaviyo AI. Curious maybe to know, in the room today, is anyone already using some of the features? Is anyone saying hi? Saying
Just
yes,
raise your
raise your hand, we'll see you. Maybe. A couple, good. All right. Well, I know, we talk a lot about AI nowadays. You probably hear it every day as well. So today I just want to really just show you how you can effectively integrate Klaviyo AI into your existing workflow. So how are we going to do this? I'm just going to start with an overview of Klaviyo AI, and then I will explore with you all the different Klaviyo AI features. And if we have some time at the end as well, I think, Shalom, we can do a couple of live questions, and I'll be happy to answer anything that you have. All right, so let's dive here into the overview of Klaviyo AI. So here, the goal of Klaviyo AI is really to set you up for success, but also to build, towards a more successful future for you and your brand. And Klaviyo AI really does this by making your workflow smarter, but of course also more efficient. And as a business owner, or if you work in the marketing team, you may be very busy, of course, and you probably have a very long things to do. I do personally. And so here Klaviyo AI is going to help you save time on all these day-to-day tasks that you can really do faster with AI, and then solve, focusing more on solving those more impactful problems that you have in your business. So there are today 4 different Klaviyo AI features that we're going to explore. Let's go through them. So first, we're going to start with Segments AI. Then we'll move on to Email AI. Here, I know that, instead of spending hours on building new emails and segments from scratch, I really just here want you to use these 2 features so you can, really reduce your build time. And then I'll take you on a journey to explore the predictive analytics feature. And then we'll also look at the forms display optimizations. Now, there's just a couple of things that I would like to tell you about these, just a couple of requirements to keep in mind. The very first one is that most of these features are only available if you have a paid Klaviyo account, which I'm pretty sure most of you today have. If you don't, maybe it is, the moment to upgrade. But of course, here when we say paid account, it starts from, the plan at $20. So that's fine. Now, in addition, for the predictive analytics section, we have just here some requirements around order history. So for example, here, you will need at least 500 place order and 180 days of order history to use that feature. I think that makes sense. We just need, of course, a bit of data here to be able to use that. Now, for the form display optimization, you will need at least 400,000 profiles to use the form display optimization feature. Again, here we do need quite a bit of data to be able to do these optimizations. So this is a good feature maybe to use for views here today that have either a big brand or a really big list of profiles. So I'll touch on these in a couple of slides. So let's go now and explore those features. So to go through these features, I actually love to do a bit of storytelling, and I'm going to do that by using our fictive Klaviyo brand here, Beantown Coffee. We do love our coffee here at Klaviyo. So here, Beantown Coffee is a little cozy coffee shop in London, but they are actually doing so well that they are expanding globally. And in fact, they're opening a new coffee shop in Tel Aviv. Fantastic, why not? So Beantown is all about reinventing their, daily coffee fix, and they are really mixing tradition with new ideas. Right now, their goal is to get to know their customers better so they can really send them more personalized messages. Now, they have recently heard about Klaviyo AI, and they do really think it could be, a really great tool for nurturing customer relationship in a more efficient way. So we're going to dive here into this AI feature and see how it's going to help Beantown Coffee. So currently, Beantown has a handful of marketing goals that Klaviyo AI can help them accomplish. First, what they really want to do is keep the coffee conversation strong with their customers. So this is where Segments AI is going to step in. And for you, Segments AI can really help your business build unique audiences so you can really send those personalized communications. So for Beantown customers here, it will really feel like Beantown Coffee is speaking directly to them. So we already know that segmentation is an extremely powerful way to dynamically group profiles in Klaviyo. However, I do understand that sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge to really here determine, which segment to create, but also how to create it. I've worked in onboarding with customers and they were like, Severine, I don't know, I have so many ideas in my head, but I don't know how to retranscript this into a segment. So here, the Segments AI is really here to make that segment building process easier. So on the right-hand side of my screen, you can see here a visual of what Segments AI looks in Klaviyo. So you will see this when you go and click on Create a Segment, you will see here, it's always in purple in Klaviyo, anything that is related to AI, you'll have that little, create a segment using AI. And here, So it's just going to tell you, you can type in your segment description in the box, and then Segments AI will here, strive to create the appropriate segment based on that description you're given it. So how can you here ensure that we are utilizing Segments AI to its fullest? So there's a couple of best practices that I'm going to go through with you all today to just make sure that you are successful. The very first one is to use plain English to describe your segments. I know that you may think here today that you need to use technical language, to get the best results. But instead, what I really want you all to do is just to write as if you were naturally speaking. Now, it is important to be descriptive. However, you need to stay concise, okay? So here you really want to keep our character limit under 500, okay? So what we want to do when we describe here the segment we want to create is just to be clear and concise in what we are describing. And finally, though here we trust AI a lot, I always recommend, of course, that you do preview that segment before publishing it, okay? So ultimately, you are, of course, the final call when you build your segments with AI, and it is really crucial that you check your work to ensure Segments AI is building the desired segment. So now just a couple of other best practices here. The very first one is that you should still send about 75% of your campaigns to segments rather to your entire list. And I really, really insist on this today. I mean, I know from what I've heard now before, I think you all have a pretty good level, but I still have so many customers that come to me and I'm like, oh, I've been sending to my full list this past year and I have bad deliverability. And I'm like, no, you cannot send to your full list. I know it's important. I know you all want to prove to your managers that you have a big list and that you send to everyone to generate a lot of money, but it's honestly not going to go in your favor. Especially now, if you are doing Black Friday, Cyber Monday, please really only send to engaged segments in the next couple of weeks. So you are really, again, warming up towards Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and you get the best deliverability possible. Always think, quality over quantity.
We literally just had this discussion in the panel.
Perfect. That's great. I just think it's always important to insist on that one. So here, what you really want to aim at is to use at least 8 unique segments per month for campaign sales. So here, when I'm telling you 8 unique segments, you can think of course, your engaged segments. So that can be your engaged 30 days, but then you can maybe go up to 90 days. But that can be your VIPs. That could be your repeat purchasers. Anything here that crosses your mind that you want to target, if you don't really know how to create it, just describe it in the segments, Segments AI, and it'll create it for you. So here, as you might understand, the beauty of Segments AI is that it can really help you reach these goals by quickly identifying and creating new segments. So now that we are clear on on these Segments AI best practices, I'm just going to show you just a few concrete examples on how to use that. All right, so sometimes I know, again, it can be a challenge to know which segments to create and how to create it. So here we've understood the building process is easier. So on the right here, you'll see again that visual of how Segments AI look in Klaviyo. You type your segment description in that second box, and Segments AI here will create the appropriate segment. So how can you ensure you're... Oh, no, sorry. I'm not telling the right thing here. Here, yeah, I was just saying, we want to make your life easier. So there's just a couple of things that you want to do when you create these segments. So very first thing is just, again, if you're unsure of what to do, what segments, what criteria to use, it's also going to help you brainstorm some ideas. It's also going to really help you know which connector to use, which I know, again, when people are creating segments and people are like, oh, I don't have that many people in my segments, what's wrong? Usually it's because you didn't select the right connector, the and or. So here, when you do use the AI, it's going to select that right connector for you. So I think, it is really helpful just to do that. So just a couple of prompt examples that you can try. Here, let's say that you want to retarget subscribers who haven't purchased in a while, but they've been viewing product. Well, you can simply tell Segments AI that you want someone who has viewed a product and not made a purchase in the last 60 days. Okay. A segment prompt example can be, Segments AI is, I want to, leverage predictive analytics to find subscribers who are likely men and maybe have purchased a tie from our store. Again, you just type that and it's going to go and select the right category, even that right filter on that specific metric. And in the third prompt, remember I was saying Meetup Coffee is opening a coffee shop in Tel Aviv. So here they want to do like maybe a campaign targeting only the people that have subscribed in Tel Aviv. So we're going to ask Segments AI to target profiles by location. So here we're going to say, hey, I want to target profiles that maybe live within, 100 miles of Tel Aviv. So you can do that. And again, you can combine like multiple conditions into one segment. Just here, really try to be creative and see what it comes up with. Anything here you'd say? No? Perfect.
I'm excited. Meetup Coffee.
I know. We actually have had someone coming on our website, our fictive website, and buying coffee. So, maybe one day I'll open that coffee shop for real. All right, so now that we have these segments, we are going to need to say something cool to these customers. Our customers at Beantown are super cool. Beantown now is set to start sending out messages out to these customers through email. But again, not just any messages. They want to send, remember, hyper-personalized messages. So here, maybe what Beantown is thinking is sending some type of messages like a recommendation coming from your barista. So let's take a look at how email AI is easily creating beautiful email. So here, Klaviyo AI is going to help you build your emails section by section while saving you valuable time. So here, let's again just discuss a couple of best practices. Similar to Segments AI, you want to write your description as if you were speaking naturally. So for example, here you can use the prompt and ask him something like, hey, can you create a friendly message with links to follow us on social media? Or maybe you can create, a campaign around asking for reviews. So you can ask it to design an email reviews banner with 5 stars. And the key here again is to keep it simple because there is also a character limit. This time it is not 500, it is 400 characters, okay? So it's just slightly less than Segments AI. Second thing, and if you haven't done this, I also just recommend to do it in general, is always update the styles tab. So the styles tab is, when you open the tablet editor, you have it on the top left. Just go in there, make sure you add, your current brand colors, you add your fonts. I would also go into, the brand and images tab in the menu of Klaviyo and add your logo in there. So basically the AI is going to learn about all of that. And when it's going to create this template, it's going to use all of these brand colors and fonts that you've given it, okay? And it's going to generate, after that description, a couple of different variations based on those details that you've shared in the styles tab. And then what you can do here, AI is actually going to learn from you with time. So at the beginning, when you test it, it might not be the best. But basically, when you'll see those different variations, you'll have the possibility to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down to say, I like this, I don't like this. And it's really here going to learn your preferences and it should really, improve with time.
That's a really good point because I've heard from lots of my customers, I tried out the AI and it wasn't great.
Yeah.
That's a good point. The AI will learn. So the more you tell it, the better it will become.
Exactly. So don't forget to give it feedback. It's like humans, we always improve when we hear feedback, right? So help AI a little bit and it's only gonna improve with time. Finally, you'll need to customize your template. Again, I know email AI is a robust tool, but it cannot add everything. So it just means here that you still need to manually add certain elements like links and images. However, images, little here, like plot twist, I have a bonus slide for you to show you one of our recent features. That's super fun spoiler. That's what I was looking for the word. I'm going to show you just 2 slides. Now, here, let's not forget how email AI will help us in our day-to-day. So here, the best practice for the number of campaigns to send per month, it's about 12 campaigns. So here, 3 per week, I think is a good amount. So you're probably thinking here, but Severine, how can I think of 12 different campaigns per month? That's quite a lot. You need to think of the content I'm going to be in there. I'm going to put in there. Well, in the next time, I'm going to show you how we can really not only help with the design, but also with some content ideas. So let's see that here. So as I said, email AI, great for a lot of things. It is great indeed to provide you with assistance with different design ideas. So yeah, like honestly, even just like the layout of the template, I think it can be a bit overwhelming. You're not sure. You can't tell like what the idea of the message you have, and it's going to come with like the structure of the email. And then it's also going to help you generate some copy. So you don't even need a copywriter here, okay? And so if you have, a bit of a creative blog, or for example, I was building the other day for Beantown Coffee, an example of a campaign, and I was like, hey, I want to share like a recipe of an iced latte. I didn't even have to go and search on Google. I just asked Klaviyo AI, hey, I want to share this with my customers, and it came up automatically with a recipe, and it showed me a couple of them. So I just saw the one I liked the most. And then again, so you can be as creative or prescriptive as you want to be. Just make sure that you outline your goals, and we'll generate that design and copy that meet your goals. Now, I told you I had a little bonus for you. Make sure I added this in there. So a couple of weeks ago, I think now it's probably almost 2 months ago, a month and a half, time goes so fast, we launched Image Remix. I don't know if anyone today has played with that. I don't know if anyone, is maybe a graphic designer or loves to play with graphic design. But basically, now when you add your image block manually into the editor, you can edit with AI the image you've added in there super easily. It is so fun. I love playing with that. If you haven't done it, highly recommend you do it. And the results are actually pretty good. So here you can see I've added a little GIF for you. I have this woman, I've used this picture for my summer campaigns, and I actually really like this picture, but if I send that picture now, it's not really relevant, right? I mean, look at Shoma and I, we're in our big jumpers today. And so I'm like, I want to keep that picture. I don't have time to reshoot. I don't have time to buy, a new photo and search on, the different websites. So I'm just going to be like, hey, can you just edit this picture? And instead of having a dress here, dress that person in a great jumper. So that's what it does. And it looks pretty good. So I've tried it. I went really far. You can change the background. You can tell to change the hair color, to add sunglasses, anything. You can be quite creative. So this is powered by Google Gemini through our API, and it's available for everyone into the Klaviyo email editor. Yeah, highly recommend you play with it. It was honestly super fun.
Does it not have like some copyright or like issues in terms of like manipulating an image that's it's like reshot, but it's a model that we that we don't have our consent to manipulate the image with, but it's how do we approach that? Yeah.
That's a really good question. I know what you mean. I mean, I've not been across that issue yet. That's a really good point, though. I know I've been playing myself with Gemini recently, and I've noticed that they do put that warning in there. I mean, I think not to have any issues with that, you also have to judge yourself and see how you want, how far you want to do these changes. Indeed, maybe if that person here that you're using that picture has not given you the consent to do that, I wouldn't risk it just in case, especially if you send to a big list. But for example, here, if you would be just changing the background of that image or something, it's absolutely fine. Again, here, it's anything you do, even sending a list without consent or something, I would say just try to judge and see what kind of changes you want to do. But
if you're using your own assets.
If you're using your own assets, it should be fine. And we don't have here a warning in the platform that's going to block us from that. We've not come across that so far. If you do see anything like this, definitely let us know so we can also take it up to our product team.
Yeah.
But so far so good.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much. All right. So now let's not forget about the future. Beantown has got big dreams, and Klaviyo's predictive analytics is really going to allow them to continue and to grow. So here, let's explore predictive analytics in more details. So within the Klaviyo platform, again, I'm not sure if some of you have explored that, but you can really get access to a lot of analytics, a lot of data, all kinds of data from your customers, really. So here it can include information that you might have collected about them from maybe sign-up form or any other resource that you have connected to your Klaviyo account. So here you can really see the action that they have taken in the past. So maybe that can be, of course, like the purchase that they made, but that can be the emails they engaged with, etc. Now, you can use any of these customer attributes to create segments, to create a flow logic, and of course, to create targeted communication. Now, with predictive analytics, we want to take this set of customer attributes even further by here adding in things that we think we know about our customers or that can predict, about our customers and what actions they might take in the future. So here, as you can see, having this kind of data can really open the door for some really effective targeting and some really effective communication strategies. So let's here just go through some use cases. Here, the one use case that I have is to target at-risk customers. And here, what you can do is do this by leveraging our churn risk attribute. Another strategy you could do here is to identify high-value customers, and you will do that by using our predictive customer lifetime value attributes. And these customers, these are customers that you might want to treat as VIPs. Okay, so here what you want to do maybe send them a little special campaign with special offer, and make sure here that you're realizing the potential that we think that they have. Okay, so you're really anticipating again. Another thing that you can do is target the right customer at the right time by using something called the expected date of next order. So this is also here something that you can set up a flow for. So here you can say in your flow, hey, I want to target everybody whose expected date of next order is within the next 14 days. Another creative strategy you can use predictive analytics for is also to evaluate the effectiveness of your marketing channels. So here, let's say if you have created 2 different sign-up forms and they each bring, let's say, 500,000 new customers, here again, you can use predicted customer lifetime value to actually assess the predicted value of the customers that you just brought in with each of those forms to figure out which of those forms was the most effective at bringing in those high-value customers. So here, as you can see, that's quite an advanced thing you can do. So lastly here, Beantown knows that, their website is like their digital front door. So, here is really where people are going to get the first taste of what Beantown has going on. So they really here want to tailor their forms for their customers. And here what they're going to do is they are going to use the forms display optimization to do that. So forms display optimization is a feature that is intended to help you by increasing performance and grow your list without too much work. The form display optimization is really here to determine the best display time for your form to result in the most conversions. It is super simple, it is straightforward to set up, and it's even more simple to set up than creating an A/B test. And again, here, this is just simply because, as you can see on the right, Klaviyo is just doing all the hard work for you. It's going to run this test for you, okay? So here, the optimization, what is it exactly? It's a test. It's a series of tests of AI-generated experiments that is going to be looking at the best display time after a few phases. So there's just going to be just a few phases after each other, and it's just going to do all these tests. And as mentioned, this is only available for accounts that have over 400,000 profiles. And this is just because here, so that Klaviyo AI does actually need quite a lot of data just to really be able to determine that best, display timing, what's working, but also what's not working. So let's just discuss now some use cases for this form display optimization. And here it can be used, when you want to increase your conversion rate. Okay, I know sometimes I have quite a lot of customers that are worried about that. but here it can just also help you just growing your subscriber list faster, as again, it's just really here to determine that optimal display time for your forms. Hey guys, that's really it that I have today. Is there any questions from the room? What are your thoughts? Anyone maybe using AI and want to share like any interesting use cases?
I would love the presentation afterwards if we can have it, or the recording. That'd be really great.
Yeah, for sure. We can share the presentation. I can share the recording as well. No problem at all.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. I hope to see you all maybe in another live training. As I said, keep an eye on our academy. We have honestly something going on almost every day. Absolutely. It's all free. Feel free to share it with the rest of your team. We have different levels in there. We do strategic stuff. We do getting started. We do workshops as well. So if you like things like that, I'll see you there. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was excellent.
Amazing. That's everything for today. Hopefully that we've covered a lot, had a lot of great discussions, we've shared ideas, we've shared strategies. If there's anything, what I would ask is that if you could just scan the QR code, leave us some feedback. If there's anything that we didn't do well, you want to see more of, tell us the things that we did well as well, please. If we did, please scan the QR code and complete the survey so that we can know how we can do better in the future. Thank you so much again for all of you who have attended, shared your ideas. Thank you, a massive thank you again to the Tenon Group team, Shira, Liz, Mikhail, for your help and support in organising the event. Please, yes, round of applause for Tenon Group. Big shout out to them.
For doing this with us and partnering with us, and obviously for everyone who came. For me, like just as an email marketer in a kind of PPC world, it's really nice to get to know other email marketers and share ideas and thoughts and really learn both from Klaviyo, amazing Klaviyo team, and from you guys. So this was really fun.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. And like we said at the start, this is the first of many events that we are planning in Israel and for our Israeli customers. So watch this space. You'll hear more from us. And please enjoy lunch. I'm sad I can't be there to eat the amazing food, but thank you. Please take pictures for me. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.